This is the story of Predator Blood Feud. Here we meet Juta Tanaka, a blind man who teaches martial arts, and his girlfriend Elaine. He's been thinking about a procedure that would help him see, but not like other people. This device would work with heat images like infrared. He is briefly attacked by a bunch of men outside, but he quickly gets rid of them and they run away. And out of nowhere, he sees a vision or memory from the 18th century. As he watched, he saw something else, something terrible that did not belong. He's been blind since he was 10. He can still see things in his head, but nothing ever like this, nothing so vivid and real. Juta is also a sensei. He and Elaine enter a building where students would be, but as they get close, Juta can sense something is wrong. As he enters the room, he finds out all of his students were slaughtered, bodies strung up, with the spine and skull ripped out. Juta then tells Elaine to get out right away. Someone is still in the room. Even the dog starts growling. It too knows there's something here. The predator attacks the dog with its wrist blades. As Juta can somehow see the creature, he thinks it's heat or radiation. It's as if he already had the damn device. The predator has the advantage with size, strength, and weapons, but Juta is able to defend himself a bit. The battle ends quickly as the predator chooses to not continue his attack and just takes off. When the police arrive, Juta tells them that something got in here and it slaughtered all his pupils and friends. The inspector notices that Juta said something, not someone. Before he leaves the area, he is advised to not speak to the public about a killer on the loose. Juta tells Elaine that when he encountered that creature, he knows what he saw, a heat image, infrared, the way our device ought to work for a sightless person. Just talking about it brought the memory back. Sometimes he could see it, sometimes he couldn't. Elaine says she saw the thing fade out. Juta realizes this thing can cloak itself on and off at will, which makes it more dangerous. As he goes over his data on his laptop, he wonders about his encounter with the creature. It had him cornered. It could have finished him off, but instead this thing allowed Juta to live. We are then taken back into a memory, the time when these hunters appeared on this land. They slaughtered many of Lord Sugai's friends. It was a dishonorable act that it filled the Shogun, Tokugawa Tsunayoshi, with rage and shame that he could not eat or drink. During this attack, those who fought against the demons were old men like my sensei, samurai who had put away their swords to pursue the gentler arts. These men were unarmed during this attack, but they fought well before they were defeated. Lord Sugai is a wise and reverent man. In his meditations, he sees things that other men do not. He has peered into the demons' dark hearts, and he has seen they are hunters and not truly warriors at all. But still, they have a kind of honor of their own. Lord Sugai has seen one demon condemn another of his kind. The Oni sensed great courage in the old samurai, but they failed to see that these old men had long put their weapons aside. All of this was told to the great shogun, Tokugawa Tsunayoshi. The shogun sent his army against the demons. There was a great war and a terrible battle, and when it was done, nearly 1,000 men had fallen. Many of those who survived could not live with their shame. Lord Sugai was in the shogun's presence after the massacre of the plains. He has told me what occurred. The shogun will not send his army out again. Instead, he will choose one champion from among his samurai and send him to challenge a single demon in the field. The shogun's words were in my mind when it happened. I was there in the courtyard, under the morning sun. The words I spoke did not come from me at all. I must do it. I told my master. I must fight the demon. Lord Sugai was certain I had lost my senses. Juta was not a samurai. He was blind and not suitable to fight. These things were true, but still, Juta wanted to fight. One of the demons would then appear and attack them, as it held Lord Sugai by the throat. And then Juta awakens from his nightmare. He says the visions he had of the other Juta, it felt like he was back there and saw everything. The people, Lord Sugai, the Shogun, and the creatures that slaughtered everyone. He was the one who had to face the demon. Juta then remembers where it all took place. He tells Elaine to get in the car and drive north toward Nikko. They arrive at a specific location with a pile of rocks. It was one of the Shogun's summer palaces. This is where he was, as the other Juta in another life. In the distance, the inspector from earlier is watching Juta and Elaine. The Shogun was so enraged that even his advisor and his favorite daughter, Mikiko, feared to stay in his presence. Lord Sugai and Juta's father were told that Juta was chosen to face the Oni Demon, but he was not aware of this yet. He watched as his father was refusing to allow this to happen. But the monk told him, "It was not a legend. You have been given the dream, as have all those in your line." His father offered himself, but he was not the chosen one. Juta's father was full of anguish and pain, knowing they would send his son out there alone to fight the demon. Juta learned that losing his vision was not an accident. The Shinto monks blinded him. They told his father it had to be this way. When his vision ends, Juta can see the demon is watching them. It's nearby. Filled with anger, Juta charges forward. He puts up a good fight, but gets thrown away. Some nearby soldiers would rush in to help him. They would try, but fail. The predator was just too strong. When other soldiers would open fire with their weapons, the hunter would retreat, only for Juta to yell out, asking the creature to fight him again. The inspector shows up, accusing Juta of withholding information about the creature, but he says nothing and leaves the area with Elaine. Juta tells Elaine these visions were from 300 years ago. Later on, Juta would enter a state of meditation. He would reach out to the sensei of the past, asking for guidance. He faced the demon once, and now he must do it again. Juta then has a private meeting with General Kataro Miyamoto. He is driven to a certain location and dropped off to continue his journey. When searching the area, Juta would find the helmet of a demon and the katana blade of his family. It was the twin of the one he brought from home. Why would the demon thing and the sword be together? This Oni demon would track him down and begin to attack him. Juta would fight back, even though he was physically outmatched. Now the demon fully understands who Juta is. He sees what his brother demon saw before, that Juta of the past and present were both blind. Both of them have the ability to see in another way, as the demon themselves can see. Now he is free to finish what he came so far to do, erase the shame of his brother's defeat. The two of them would have a sword fight. Juta would dodge the attacks of the Oni demon to finally land his own attack. With one swift and powerful swing, he wins the battle. Other demons would then appear. In their culture, they would reclaim the body of the fallen warrior. The last thing we see is their ship leaving, disappearing into the sky. And that is the end of the story, Predator Blood Feud. The end. Released in 1992 by Dark Horse Comics. So what do you think about this story? Leave a comment down below and like the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.